And we're rolling.
Hey, welcome back.
Episode 73.
Hey,
Lame
everybody.
Dudes.
Welcome back to the Lame Dudes Podcast. Thanks for stopping by.
Your friendly neighborhood lame dudes.
Mm-hmm. 73.
Here to drop some knowledge on you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk. I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, at least.
I'm glad.
I don't know about you guys.
I'm glad. Now, it's been a rough week, so I'll let you go ahead and hold this one.
This week is just kind of like, feels like, I mean, it's kind of been feeling like this for a couple years, but honestly, the simulation is
Killing me, dude.
It's falling apart.
Just pull the plug on me.
Dude, just blue screen already.
They're running out of shit to, like, they're clearly just running out of shit
Let's
to do.
just get a hard reboot. Just give me
Where's
a
the
hard
new
reboot.
DLC, bro?
Dude, when the simulation reboots, we're going to be like African poor kids. Like it's going to be a complete re-roll, like what we get assigned as in the simulation.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We'll never be white again, dude. It's going to take hundreds of years.
Jackson's going to be like a Cambodian rice farmer.
Dude, sometimes I think...
Hunter's going to be an Australian guy.
Good eye. Dude, that's lucky as fuck. I'll take that role.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I get to be Australian?
I don't know. What do you guys think I would end up being?
Jeez.
I can
the
predict
blackest guy of all time. Just the darkest
I'm like
fucking
from like Senegal.
Nigerian, yeah. You're from Haiti or some shit.
No,
miss my podcast.
He's from Kenya. I miss my podcast.
All right, and Zach's officially never getting hired on SNL again.
Yikes.
Again?
I
Canceled.
can't ever. But
You'll never write for SNL.
So that's sad. But you're also just primed to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. So
Hell yeah.
So actually, that
That's
sets you up for a.
My name is Justin Trudeau.
Is that the
Because if you impeach me, I will be very upset. So please do not impeach me for doing blackface.
Is Justin also XQC?
No, that's my really bad racist African man accent. Yeah.
Oh God, I thought that was supposed to be like French Canadian or something.
I thought it was too. I was
no!
I thought you were Canadian for real, dude. How you so bad at this accent?
Yeah. Is that the funniest like racism / canceled like outrage so far?
To me, yeah, absolutely.
God, it's so funny. One, because of like his position, obviously. Like this is not like some actor or comedian, right?
Prime Minister.
This is
like,
a world leader. This man is in the UN.
Oh my God!
This man signed the NAFTA treaty.
Literally Jafar from
I think.
Aladdin. I
And
don't
recently.
understand.
And did you guys see the footage of his? I don't know if it was the UN or he went to some global conference and he sits down between two world leaders and he starts trying to talk to them. And they both like very awkwardly like turn away and like don't look at him.
No way.
And he's just left awkwardly, like not able to talk to anybody. It's so one of the cringiest.
I'm
like,
really
things I've
glad
ever
we're
seen.
talking about Justin Trudeau early on because I wanted this to be one of the main things that we
Yeah.
were going to talk about.
It's such
Dude,
a funny story. But,
He literally can't stop doing blackface. It's so funny.
That's one of the that's
so
probably
amazing.
the best
Yeah.
part of this whole thing is that they found one and they keep
He's
finding
like,
them.
He's like, yeah, there's fucking more, bitch.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, he's
You'll
like,
never find them all.
he's like, yeah, here's another time I did blackface, and there's a video, and someone will send it to you, I'm sure. And he's like, I did Deo. And he's like, in makeup. That's what he says. I'm in makeup.
The day that came out, like I think I checked Vice or something, and literally the headline is just like, "Yup, Justin Trudeau did blackface again."
Again.
Like,
Yeah, he did it. There's three. I think there's 3 videos out or 3 photos.
three
out right
photos,
now.
and the photos are like so comically bad. It's like you almost couldn't imagine it
You're
being
like,
worse.
how would
Yeah.
you ever see someone doing this in public?
And one of them, he's like groping a woman like in the pic. Like it's probably his
What? Like
girlfriend
Al
or whatever.
Franken style?
But he's like just
that's
like, yeah.
that's fucking lit.
It's,
Dude, he took Al Franken's groping pic where that chick was falling asleep and he went on her boobs and he dunked on it. He was like, what if I did that in blackface? He's like, wait. Al Franken's a pretty funny dude for making that groping photo.
yeah.
What if I just did that in blackface?
Yeah.
Hey,
And then
man.
I get the Guinness Book of World Records on that.
it would be 200.
Most offensive photo.
So in his re-election campaign, if he like goes over to the conservative side now and says how PC culture is going too far, this would be 200 IQ shift for him to get reelected. Well, because do you know Canadian politics? Because isn't he up for re-election right now? That's why all this came out, because they were digging into his past, I think.
Yeah, so I think elections are every 4 years, but there's no term limits, so you can be prime minister.
Oh, he's never leaving
really
now, dude.
Time.
They're going to keep him right in.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on who's running against him, which I don't know.
The Canadian people love blackface, so
They
they're
love
gonna
blackface,
vote him in
dude.
for sure.
Come on
Well,
now.
I know based off my Facebook, because as you guys know, I am a Canadian citizen.
Right, you're the
You
expert
are.
here.
So I have Canadians on my
Who
Facebook.
also likes blackface.
The Trump stuff is growing pretty quick on Canada Facebook. Like, it was already a thing, obviously, just because they're like
Wait a minute.
right near us.
Just say Canada Facebook?
Yeah,
What's
like
going on there?
Canadians-
They have a different Facebook.
Canadians-
They have a
page.
different Facebook?
Yeah, North Book.
the Canadian Facebook community. All right. Can I
So
speak?
Norm would be proud of you.
Can I
Sorry,
speak?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, you can't, because I'm gonna just
Please?
barge in with a complete just.
We're Americans, so we barge right in on you?
Yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna say is there's a dirty secret, and Zach,
just
you
barging.
can confirm if this is true. I'm gonna say there's a dirty secret about Canada, which is like they're pretty racist. Is that true or not?
Yeah, so there's like a lot of like there's a large amount of Middle Eastern immigration, specifically like Iranian, but like primarily Muslim either
Right.
way.
Yep.
Especially in like Ontario, like Toronto. But like yeah, of course, like more and more people are going to other parts of Canada who happen to be Muslim because the Muslim population's growing.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, like the Trump stuff is
Yikes.
people are like, yeah, he's actually pretty fucking sick over there. Like they
Unreal.
kind of fuck with him.
They want their own.
Some of
Trump.
them are.
I
Some
mean,
of them love
there'll
him, some
always
of
be
them
some
hate him.
dumbasses. But the real question is like, will this cancel your boy Justin?
Nah.
No, of course not. He got accused of like rape like 3 times in the last
my
like 2
God.
years.
God? No
Yeah,
way.
during the Me Too
I didn't
movement,
know
like
that shit.
3 women like accused him of like being like sexually aggressive or like
Wow.
assaulting them or something. Like
And he just rode right through.
Or
He
I'm
had
pretty
no
sure.
problem.
He definitely had like at least 2 allegations. Maybe they weren't that bad. I hope not, but like
Yikes.
yeah. No, I'm trying to like move to Canada, dude. That healthcare, that's prime.
That healthcare
I
is
know.
prime.
If Bernie loses, we got to move up north.
Universal
The lame
healthcare.
dudes go to Canada.
Yeah.
We move up north.
Well, we don't have to move, but I would love to do a Canada trip with you guys. I think
That would be really fun.
Dude,
Just for a weekend.
Me and Saffron want to go to Canada soon, and I found my passport the other day, expired 3 years ago.
Yep.
Get
like
that
almost
baby renewed,
when I found the
boy.
passport, it was like 3 years ago to the day. It was like 9/11 3
Ooh.
years ago.
9/11?
Yeah, but
You know what that reminds
That's a
me
good day
of?
to get a passport.
if
I'll
it's
tell you
expired,
what.
if it's expired for more than a year, you have to apply for a whole new passport.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I have to pay $200, take whole new photos, like.
I think you
Getting
have to,
the
you have to take
passport
new photos anyway.
was the absolute one of the worst things I've had to do.
Well,
Really? It was easy for me. Maybe
Canada-
mine hadn't
So
expired yet.
Canada has really strict rules on how the photos are taken, and you have to find a professional photographer who's willing to do it. And I don't know how to do that.
No, dude.
So
All you have to do is you literally
the
just.
photographer has to like sign it and date it and shit.
He's like taking senior photos for kids, and you're like,
I'm
"I need a
pretty sure
passport?"
you can just go to the UPS store, dude.
I think you probably
a
could,
service they do there is taking passport pics. That's
Yeah,
where
but
I got
it's
mine.
only for U.S. passport standards,
so?
which are starkly different from Canadian.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, it sucks.
Why do you need a passport to go back to your homeland? Like, can't they
Because
just like
I
test,
can-
lick
I'm
your
a
blood or something? They're
They
like,
can't just
oh,
look at you, scan your fingerprint.
I can get into Canada, but I can't leave Canada if I don't have the passport.
Oh.
that's fine, dude.
Yeah,
Just,
because I'm a
yeah.
citizen of Canada, so I'm technically allowed to just be there. But like,
dude, just don't come back.
I have a visa in America, but as long as I have a passport, I can't cross the border back in.
What if you? Now this would be interesting. If you get a DUI, can you go back home ever? Because you know they don't let people in with
DUI?
Canada won't let you into the country if you have a DUI.
Well,
Legit.
What is
I
the
know that.
punishment for getting a DUI?
Trouble.
If you're an American with a DUI, they won't let you in at the border to Canada.
Oh, really?
That's true. And so a lot of like artists, like obviously all have DUIs, and
Yeah.
so they all have to get like special permission to enter Canada.
That's crazy.
Drake always raps about getting people through the border if they have a DUI.
Well, I have no
He's
plans to
he's
get a
the call.
DUI.
What does he say? He's got
So I
the
got that going.
connections to get you through customs.
Oh my god.
So but that's interesting. If you got one, I bet you could still get in because you're a citizen. So
I like to imagine
Yeah,
you
there's
going
got to be
into the
some
border,
loophole with that.
and they're just like, "Hi, Zach, welcome
Yeah.
home," and they just let you right in.
Yeah, getting into Canada is pretty easy. It's getting into America from Canada where
That's where.
that's always when
trouble
I've run
starts.
into trouble. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. According to our president, you just walk right over. It's really easy.
I mean, dude, I actually learned this the other day, but it's actually way cheaper to become a citizen in America than it is in Canada.
To emigrate.
But I think before I move to, I got to get my passport renewed. And then when I move, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to move in like the next 2 years.
To Canada?
Not probably, I don't know, maybe. But like,
Dude, can you not
it's
move to
an
Canada?
option. But like, I want to get my dual citizenship in the U.S. But because you don't have to renounce your citizenship anymore.
dual citizenship.
So I'm
dude.
gonna have U.S. and Canadian citizenship, and then I can just be like, I'm
That's-
crossing.
That's some cheating bullshit. dude.
Absolute citizen of the world, dude. Crazy.
Yeah,
Can you
world
imagine
citizen.
being a dual citizen of anywhere else and America? Like,
Call him Mr. Worldwide.
also-
Mexico.
I can also live in India.
If you lived in the south, southwest.
Well, can you
if you-
spread
if you-
that out? Can you spread it out to the rest of the world? Be like, I'm also an Indian citizen.
No,
Or
it's tough.
You
if,
know?
if you're born,
Yeah, of course you can.
can you?
Yeah, if you're like anything hyphen American,
well, it's tough, right?
I don't
So
know why
like,
that's funny the way you, said that.
you're from that
Hyphen,
other country.
but also American, right?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
like
Yeah,
Hunty,
both
it would be hard for
citizenships.
you to just like pick a random country and just become a citizen without any like ties. But if you're born in
Right.
that country, like my mom was born in Italy because her parents were
tight.
over there serving like while she was born, and so she could become an Italian citizen if she wanted.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me if I really put my mind to it, and I tried my damned hardest to get an African citizenship,
Yeah,
you mean to tell me I
like
could
Africa,
be African American, dude?
Dude, you can say it.
Boys,
you know Africa's not a
I will invest every
not a
bit of
country,
money I
right?
have.
Africa's
Man.
a continent, right?
We gotta
Wait.
stop making these jokes.
All right, we're done.
Okay. And cut.
We gotta
All right.
get woke, dude. It's election time. Being woke is cool again.
Just be able to say like, "Hey, I'm African American too, you piece of."
You're like, yeah, I'm actually a Nigerian
Hey,
citizen.
man, I
Okay.
I'm not gonna finish it. I'm a
And-
Nigerian
okay.
citizen.
And cut. All right. So we'll just pretend. We'll just.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Why does nobody
All
listen
right.
to this, I wonder?
That'll be really easy to edit out. Don't worry.
That's okay.
Oh, we're keeping that.
Oh, I know.
I'm not editing that. That's a lot of work.
Listen, at least
I already edited out the claps.
I'm willing to go through the work. I'm not Justin whoever here, but just throwing on blackface. I'm trying to be legit about
Of
it.
course.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Of course.
Trying to be real and embrace the culture.
Unbelievable. All right, man. We're gonna move right on from the blackface topic.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
Justin Trudeau blackface. That was one of the things on my list, so I'm glad we covered it.
Yeah, so I got a kind of a shorter topic. So we can go for it now. I don't think
Boy.
we'll talk about this too long, but I've just been incredibly interested in Destiny and his evolving Twitch harem that he's got going on.
He's got the ladies.
What's going on? Tell me about it, because I don't pay attention to
Yeah.
Twitch in general, really.
Honestly,
I
it's
say
like,
he's body painting someone.
so it's like he's it's almost like a sitcom where there's just a revolving cast of like women that want to bang him. It's like unbelievable, right? And he's all just
It
like
gives me hope as a short man.
yeah.
As a short king, he's doing
really
really
an
well.
inspiration for
Yeah.
you, I imagine.
It's just the way he talks. He's so alpha. He's got that alpha speech.
You got to not give a fuck. You got to just be real with what you got. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So
He's got it.
I'll lay out the Destiny timeline on relationships real quick. So about 2 years ago, he was dating some chick his age, and would like rip on guys who would like go for younger chicks. He
How
was
old
like,
is he?
He's like 30. And
Okay.
he was like, dude, I
Yeah.
could never imagine dating like a 20-year-old. Like, you would literally have nothing in common. He's like, can you fucking imagine? These dudes are so weird.
Dude, you're
Okay.
gonna get banned from the subreddit for
I
saying
know.
this.
07. 1 year. So now we're moving forward in the timeline. 1 year ago, he breaks up with his GF and goes full incel on his subreddit. He makes a post that says like, if I ever start questing a girl again or ever try, he's like, I'm done with relationships. If I ever start questing, send me this link to remind me never to be in another relationship again.
Holy
full
shit.
Full incel, full squad, full squad W.
Squad W, yeah.
Squad W in the chat. Okay. Fast forward another 6 months, he moves to LA. And it's all over, dude. He literally becomes Questiny. So first what he does is he finds this 20-year-old from New Zealand who's into like polyamorous relationships, so open relationships.
Yeah, she's dating this like Swedish guy.
She's dating a Swedish guy.
No, they were both Swedish and they met up in New Zealand.
Right. That's true. She's not New Zealand.
I remember this stream.
So basically, Destiny swoops in from... So her boyfriend is a viewer of the stream.
Yep.
And the first log of him typing in the stream chat is, OMG, my girlfriend loves you. Destiny swoops in, steals his GF, dude. She comes to live with him in LA. So now he's like dating in an open relationship with this like 20-year-old who lives with him.
Yeah.
Totally contradicting. Her name's Melina. Okay. So he's got this GF, right? But that's not enough for our boy Destiny, because he literally continues to quest like every single girl on the platform. Like, it's insane, this dude's.
Respect.
He was I think he was going out with that Invader Vi chick and just a bunch of other girls.
Yeah, at like PAX or something. He was hooking up with Invader Vi.
I don't know who that is, but
super hot chick.
Brutal.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna imagine she's super hot, and then
some of these streamer chicks, man. You know?
And that brings us to today, where he went on some he went to like body paint a chick. There's some, I forget. Do you remember her name?
I don't remember.
Just normal shit.
I'm gonna go on the subreddit and immediately figure it out.
It's some streamer.
He plays like Kerbal Space Program with like this chick who gets like 10 views. Like, he'll like host her and she'll have like 10 views, and I'm like, damn, he really is questing hard, right?
Yeah.
now.
Some of the
new chicks
some of the stuff
platform.
he likes and retweets on Twitter, I'm like, this is horny Destiny at its like finest.
If he can do the poly thing, then like cool for him, I guess, you know?
No, so that's I'll wrap it up with this story. It was just so funny when he's like literally like, this chick is nude and he's like painting her, right?
Yeah.
And he's like telling a story. He was like, yeah, I was in like Sweden the other day and I was with Melina, who's his like 20-year-old GF. And the girl's like, who's Melina? He's like, my girlfriend. And she's like, what? So apparently, I guess she didn't know that like,
it's this chick named Aria.
That's so fucking
apparently,
funny.
Like, he's like literally painting her, and she's like,
yeah,
you have a girlfriend?
Someone made a meme of his harem all next to
oh my god.
It's Destiny in a Spider-Man costume he's holding Soylent. And Photoshop next to him is Invader Vi and Aria body painted. And then some chick behind, and Hassan's there, and then Hassan's like porn star girlfriend and Manuel Ferreira.
I don't know any of these people, dude. That's insane.
The base photo that they're all photoshopped into is the pic of Raj at the meet and greet booth at TwitchCon.
Oh, dude,
just
legendary.
Like looking at his computer.
Yeah.
They're all photoshopped, and goddamn, dude, Twitch has crazy memes.
So it's just insane that like the most beta soy boy like leftist is like such a Chad. I don't know.
Really is, dude.
That just
insane.
goes to show you that like nothing actually matters other than being confident. Like
that's all you need.
He's just
really.
insanely confident.
Really,
here's the thing I was thinking about the other day, because I was like, damn, like Destiny's kind of like he's kind of built like doughy. He's not really in good shape.
No.
Like he's a shorter dude. I guess he's got like a nice beard going.
Yeah, the beard. I mean, his
I don't
face
think
is
he has
fine.
an unattractive face at all. But
I don't think the beard is what's bringing him in
he's
necessarily.
definitely he doesn't have a
I
lot
mean,
of
he's,
like
not
things that would
super
make
hot.
you physically attractive.
Right.
But I think the fact that I think he found the perfect like formula and algorithm to quest.
Okay.
Where like he started with the right women, where it was like women who'd be willing to fuck him and women who would talk about fucking him on Twitch.
You think
because
so?
there's a finite, it's still a small, tight-knit community of these streamer chicks who he's interacting with, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't know where he
they're
finds
all
these
streamers
grills.
who are like up and coming, and we're on like the Raj Royale podcast or
Oh.
whatever. And like he starts questing them or playing a game with them. And then like I feel like because he's also happens to be good at fucking, which is a common thing that all the chicks say on stream.
That they all praise him as a sex god.
Yeah. So like because it's this small, close, tight-knit community, they all see each other like multiple times a year.
Yep.
At like things. They're probably all fucking like crazy. They probably all have like tertiary syphilis.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Like in their brains. Like they're all their brains are all that's
It's-
probably why
it's-
Mitch Jones goes insane like once a year. Is because his brain is rotting from syphilis.
The syphilis is really getting to him,
yeah,
dude,
he's in the final stages of syphilis. He's got the brain infection.
Zach's an incel, Andy.
But I mean, just imagine, dude. Like one of those people
I try
has
not
like
to,
herpes.
'cause it makes me
and
wanna
all
kill
the
myself.
Can you imagine all the Twitch streamers, all the Twitch partners have herpes?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Just the Raj podcast is only people with like just genital.
you know,
herpes.
Dr. Disrespect is just like riddled
He's riddled, dude.
with it.
Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, Chance.
Yeah,
Well,
I
at least
wonder
he's
how
got he's got a wife, right? So he's kind of. I mean, he's obviously
He's
cheated
got a
on
wife
her,
and
but-
a lot of fans.
Stupid fucking mistakes, man.
Yo, Hunty. Okay, I think we actually have to end the segment, but
Yeah, we're a minute over.
I'm just gonna keep talking. Hunty, did soda popping get banned on WoW? What the fuck was that about?
Not that I know of.
Did you
Yeah,
see the
he
tweet?
tweeted about it.
He was like abusing
layer
the
abusing.
layers. Yeah.
Oh, what was he doing? Do you know?
Layer
Probably mass
abusing.
farming through layer abuse or
God,
phasing,
dude.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those fucking streamers can't just play the game right, dude.
Unreal. Okay,
Insane.
BRB part 2.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay,
Welcome
now we're
back.
rolling.
And we're back
Hey.
in part 2.
Boom.
Pow. Boom, boom, pow.
What's
Classic.
Um,
Honestly, people don't respect the Black Eyed Peas like they should. So many
good? No, they
slappers.
shouldn't, dude.
My favorite
Absolute
band is-
trash.
Meet Me Halfway was solid.
Let's get retarded in here.
Dude, we should make that the podcast theme song. Let's
That-
get retarded by the Black Eyed Peas.
That is maybe the worst. Like no song aged worse than
Remember,
that.
Yeah, you're right.
remember like the dumbass kid in your class who was like stupid as fuck, and you're just like, God, this kid is fucking dumb.
That kid was you, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody had that.
Every
person,
class
right?
I had
They always
with
had
you.
a cold. They always had a cold for some reason. You're like, why do you have a cold? all the
Perpetually
time?
sick. Yeah.
Yeah. One of those guys. And they're like, dude, have you listened to Black Guy Peas? Like, you're like, nah, it's Black Eyed Peas.
This
you
is so
fucking
specific.
idiot."
What
This
the
is very.
fuck?
This
No
has
one
never
had
happened.
this?
to me.
What
No.
Am I angry about nothing?
That's the most specific
Very
problem.
unique experience. Yeah.
Oh my god, I
Damn.
love it, dude.
I mean,
Maybe we don't
there's
live in a
definitely
simulation.
there's always a sick kid somewhere. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But
Fucking sick.
So he's like a kid who has like a Gatorade mustache, and he's like has like snot coming out of his nose. He's like, I'm listening to Black Guy Peas.
Unreal.
still with that hair that he's never shaved before on his face. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
imagine naming your band Black Guy Peas. That's so funny.
That's epic, dude. Get it? Because
I mean-
peas.
That's insane.
They tend to do that.
like, well, I just can't imagine being a person who like is like, oh, that makes sense that they named their group.
Yeah, they're so
That.
stupid that they'd accept that as a
band,
reality.
band names
Yeah.
are hella dumb. All right, I don't know.
That's the part where it's like, I don't think
Really?
there should be a band called that. I just like,
Someone named their band
The fact that someone believes
LMFAO.
that.
So like,
That's
I don't know.
true.
You can do anything.
Do you boys have any like song lyrics or things that you've misunderstood initially in life the first time, like, or for maybe for a long time? Because I have some that I've thought were
Yeah.
certain things for a very long time.
Those are really fun, and Genius has like revealed so many of those to me. Like, you're like, wow, I
Genius.
just didn't know the lyrics to the song.
Dude, there's this one song. It's a very old song, but it's like, it's a woman. She's like, "Or am I standing still?" Do you know this song?
no.
You'd know it if I played it. But for the longest time, dude, I thought this bitch was saying, "Or am I salmon stew?" Like, I swear to God, she was saying. I'm like, what are these
No,
lyrics?
I like the song by Outkast, Miss Jackson.
Slapper.
Oh, yeah, Miss Jackson. Very
I
good song.
am for eels.
You guys are so stupid.
for eels.
eels.
I mean, that
This
one.
man's for the Eels.
I didn't think that the lyrics were actually that, but it does sound like that, so I'd always just say it like that because it's funny.
Sure.
And then like there's like that meme there was like that Reddit meme that was going around for a bit where they made that into a comic.
Sure.
Oh, boy.
I am
That's pretty good.
several eels and not the guy. Like that shit is so fucking stupid, but it's hilarious.
That song is great, dude. I love
Yeah.
that song. There's got to be a name for that phenomenon. I don't know what what it's called, but
Yeah.
post in the comments if you know the name.
Yeah, please leave in the comments. Also, leave in the comments other lyrics that you misunderstood.
What's the famous
radio.
one? It's like, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy" or whatever. I forget what song that's from.
There's another one too where everybody it sounds like they're saying, I can't remember the song, but it's like something involving a douche. Do you guys know what I'm talking
Wrapped
about?
up like a douche.
Yeah,
Blinded by the light.
exactly.
Blinded by the light.
Why'd you sing it like Shakira?
I was trying to do it all fucking like country, but I found it up Shakira.
I don't know if that's like the band is like Journey or Boston that does that one.
It might
or
be
like, or like Chicago. Isn't that a band too? They're like, yeah, let's just fucking start naming them after cities.
Dude,
We got Minneapolis. Those guys are based out of San Francisco for some reason. They're called Minneapolis. Just started that band.
Are you guys bitter that the other Portland on the other side of the fucking country is bigger than our Portland?
It's so annoying to me.
Dude, every time someone says Portland, I see a headline, Portland.
And then I always look for the
That place
OR
is
because I'm
dope.
pissed. Yeah,
Oh, fuck
it's
that
never
place.
us though.
We were first.
That place is
We were
cool
so
though.
first.
Yeah.
Have you guys been there?
Man, don't.
I went when I
was.
was super young. but-
Yeah, I mean, that place is cool. You're right. It's probably more cool than here, actually.
It's probably sick, but
Fuck.
nonetheless, I mean,
Probably
they get
sick.
way more shit happening over there. Way more concerts.
I don't know. I think we live in an awesome city. Like we live in like a nice city with like a ton of really good food and really good beer and shit,
Yeah.
and like awesome bars and like good enough of like a nightlife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good nightlife.
We have
actually.
like none of the bullshit of other cities really.
Dude, I know.
except for the traffic.
We
I
don't
hate
have
No,
like
traffic.
these
dude, our
massive
tra-
like 8-lane highways and shit. Like that shit sucks.
Dude, our traffic is nothing compared to like Boston, Chicago.
Yeah,
Boston's
I don't want to
bad.
go to
Boston's bad.
Dude,
ever.
if you ever
I can't
drive in
stand
Chicago, you'll put a fucking clock in your mouth.
I had to drive to Boston on
Did you
Tuesday.
say clock?
Yeah, very hard.
Have you
Glock.
been to Chicago?
Yeah, my dad
Tell
grew
me
up in
about it.
Chicago.
Tell me
I've
about
been
it.
all over there. So my grandpa was a Chicago cab driver, actually. I think for like over 60 years.
Go Cubs!
Yeah. So the funny thing about
I
my
stared at you for
Da
that.
Bears.
the funny thing about my grandpa is he was a huge Cubs fan. But so I don't know if you know this, the Cubs went like over 100 years without winning the World Series.
Until like recently,
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember how old my grandpa was when he was died. I think he was like 102
Wait, when he
when he died.
When he was died.
And so he was born the
Sorry.
year. Fuck you guys! I'm telling a story about my grandpa dying.
Sorry.
Unreal. So he was born the year after the Cubs won their World Series. And then he died the year before they won their last one.
Wow.
So he was
Wow.
basically alive for the entire period that the
That they
Cubs
lost.
never won a single word.
Wasn't that a phrase
Dude,
though?
maybe
It was
your
like
grandpa-
I'll die before the Cubs win the World Series.
Your grandpa was bad luck, dude.
Honestly, yeah. Well, they said it was the Billy Goat curse. Was that in their previous season somebody tried to bring a lucky Billy Goat to the stadium. They kicked him out, and he was like, "You'll never fucking win again,
Dude.
And they didn't for
I'm
100 years.
so
I feel
sick
like in
of
the
these
Midwest
curses,
it would
dude.
be like
Yeah.
it would be like the like somebody ate a sausage with peppers in it or some shit, and it's like
We're cursed.
No, dude, in Chicago,
every year that someone eats a sausage that isn't covered in a gallon of cheese sauce at least, the Cubs lose a World Series.
Yeah.
Like some shit like that. It's just like legends about getting fat.
I don't know, dude. You know, Chicago dogs, they load those things up.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to try this chili you've been hyping.
Oh yeah,
You got that Skyline shit, right?
Yeah, we had a friend. I used to live in Ohio, and in Ohio they have this chain called Skyline.
Yeah,
where
you
they
talked about it on a previous
Yeah,
episode.
they do chili on pasta. And so every time some of our friends from Ohio come out, I have them bring me the cans. So I got like 3 cans. I'm going to see how long
That's
I can make
funny.
it last.
I remember you telling us that, and you wouldn't
I saw
reveal
you
where
crack
you
one
were.
open
You were
the other
like,
day.
I don't live in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. I revealed it. Oops.
You cracked one open the other day?
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
to 2 left. Yeah.
Holy
bad.
shit.
It's really good.
I would be down to make chili soon.
Yeah. Chili's great.
We need a slow cooker.
Yeah, get
don't
yourself
have one.
a crock pot.
I could rent one from our parents, but it'd be better to have one.
Rent one. You like pay a fee. Like, all right. And if
How much
you,
do I owe you, Mom?
If you drive more than 20 miles, it's 50 cents per mile after. So the base fee is $20 for the crock pot.
Make sure you fill it up and
then,
you bring it back.
do you want crockpot insurance? That's an extra 15. But if you have any issues with your crockpot, you won't get charged for the damages.
Now, do you want the rice cooker that comes with it? Now that's an extra $10. No, yeah, chili's great, obviously. I got a little story for you boys, a little quick one. I'm not sure how long we have in this segment.
A truck stop quickie?
10 minutes.
Still got 10 minutes, so we're
Yeah.
fine. Little bit of a spooky story. I guess we're getting into fall, dude.
Ooh.
I'm excited about it. Let me hear it.
Yeah,
So
let's
this
hear
is some haunting activity that's been going on.
Some
Not in my life
paranormal activity, if
as
you will.
much, although I have experienced it. So at my parents' house, we have obviously like fire alarm, but it's a connected system. So all the alarms are wired to each other throughout the house. And so like I guess they can communicate and like if one goes off, the others will go off.
Oh, yeah, they
Or
chat.
Not always. That's not always true because one can just go off. But anyway, they're wired together somehow. So lately, what's been happening in my house is only late at night. It's
Wait, is it here or at your parents'
at my
house?
parents' house,
Okay,
not
sorry,
here.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
that's
missed
fine.
that part.
I'm already scared, dude, because you said late at night.
It only happens late at night. After midnight, before 4 or 5 a.m., all the fire alarms in the house start going off at the same time. They all trigger.
Dude, that's literally like paranormal activity.
Dude, that's
It's
fucking me
insanely
up.
loud because they're meant to wake you up, right?
Uh-huh.
They go off, get quiet. A few minutes later, go off again. And so at that point, you're like, fuck, I have to get out of bed and like deal with this. Then they turn off and they don't go off for the rest of the night.
It always happens the same way?
No, it's different. It switches up. Sometimes they'll go off like 3 times. Sometimes it'll just be
God.
once and it goes off.
Is your heat turning on and there's dust in one of your vents?
Right. So like you would think like this is like, it's not a fire though, dude, because
It's not a
like,
technical issue?
One of them would go off if it was a fire. They all go off.
They all go off at the same
They
time.
all go
yeah.
off at the same time. And it only happens at night, and it obviously happens when you're asleep. So it just fucks with your sleeping.
That's scary.
That
though.
is kind of strange.
So strange. Like, what could be causing that? And why does it
Yeah.
only happen at night? If you know, please write in the comments, because my dad can't sleep.
I know. You're haunted, dude.
We're
My
haunted,
dad
dude.
can't sleep. My dad's fucking tired,
My
dude.
dad's really tired. Poor guy has a really time going
Dude,
back to
I
sleep.
swear this place is haunted.
Yeah?
Have you seen shit?
I swear I hear stuff above me.
I
all the
always
time.
hear people when there's no one home.
No matter what floor I'm on, it always sounds like there's someone above me. Unless I'm literally on the roof porch.
Dude.
I can be in my room and it sounds like there's someone walking on my porch. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a reason they put a lock on the
Dude, I think
roof
so.
on the roof door.
Yeah, I think
damn
there's
right.
a reason.
You're damn right.
It's so weird. You can literally lock yourself on the roof if you want. It's like bizarre.
So wait, Jax, were you at your parents' house when this happened, or did they tell you about it?
I've been there for it once.
Wow.
One time I experienced it, and it was like at 2 a.m.
Is it
I
happening?
swear that's literally a scene in the first Paranormal Activity.
Is it happening
Isn't it?
nightly? I don't.
It
I don't know.
happens like maybe 2/3 of nights. Wow. Very strange.
Are they all central wired and there's some sort of power failure with them that causes them to go off?
That's what I
'Cause
have.
I
That's what
know-
I have to imagine it is because they are
Right.
centrally wired.
If they lose power or like wiring or whatever, I think they're like set so that if they don't have a connection but they still have power, they just start beeping so that like fix this right now.
It's always
Right.
possible.
But that doesn't
I think
explain
most
why it only
wired-
happens at night and why it doesn't happen consistently. It's so weird.
Are they wired and 9-volt or only wired?
Both.
Oh, okay. Did you replace all the 9-volts already?
I know
Because
my
it could be that the central wiring shit is failing for some reason, and that the battery backup is failing.
yeah, but you would that would make them beep. That wouldn't make them go off. Like when the battery isn't working, they beep.
No, some of them they'll just start going off if the battery's dying.
Insane.
I've had that before.
Insane.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's actually.
So it's some spooky activity. I'm gonna need a seance or
Remember
something.
we set it off in my mom's basement?
Just
Dude,
by
on
blowing
pod?
the pen, right?
Yeah,
That was so
yeah, I think it
funny.
was the pen, and like Jackson was like, "Oh, it won't." I think you literally blew the vape directly at it.
No,
You're like,
dude.
you're
That
like,
was
no,
up here,
dude. It's
dude."
vapor. It won't set off, and then you like blew it at it, and I was like, "Beep, beep."
No, that
It
was
started like
that was here. I did not do that at your mom's
So
house.
he did that. He
fucking
did do
funny.
that here.
He's
like, "It won't go off."
Okay, I remember that situation way differently because I'm pretty sure your mom was cooking upstairs, so I'm pretty sure your mom set it off.
We did have a
not
lot of
us.
clouds near the thing, though.
You could lit. if you could do a challenge where you have a smoke detector and a fucking vape pen, and you put them in a bag, and you just breathe in there and try to set it off, I bet you couldn't set it off.
You don't think so?
I literally bet you couldn't set it off with the vape.
We
should do that challenge.
I think you probably
Smoke
could.
detector challenge.
Smoke detector challenge. Yo, Jax, do you have any other like ghost experiences in your lifetime?
That's a good question. We have had haunted electronics in our house before. We had a ceiling fan that would just turn on without anybody touching it, and it would also reverse directions without anybody touching it. I haven't had much haunting experience. The only one time I thought I was haunted was I was quite young, and we used to live out in the country. And I stayed up super late reading like a Game Boy like instruction booklet. You know, you used to get the in with the games, you would get the guides or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was reading that. It was probably like
Really kept you up.
yeah, it was probably like 11 o'clock. I was super young, and so I turn off the light, and I'm like walking upstairs, and every time I move, I hear this snarl, super aggressive, super loud, like feral, and then I stop, and it stops. And then I move an inch, and it starts snarling again. And I was like, oh, I'm about to die.
Wait a minute.
I'm about to die. But so eventually I think I sprinted upstairs, and it stopped making noise. But I'm pretty sure all it was like a rabid raccoon or something. Because we used to have hella raccoons where I used to live.
That's fucking crazy.
So you were in your home?
I was in the house. It sounded like it was in with me, but I'm pretty sure we lived in the country, so that he could have just been right outside. Yeah. But
weird, dude.
That was terrifying.
Yeah,
How about you? Any very haunted experiences?
I have one after you.
I wish I had something concrete to say like, oh, that's crazy. I mean, the only thing I can maybe think of is there were a couple times where I thought I saw like, you know, I opened my bedroom door one time and I had like a recliner in there. And as I opened it, obviously the bedroom was dark, and it looked like someone was like, I almost saw like a very slight outline of someone who was sitting there, and as I opened it, they had gotten up.
Oh,
and then it would like that was it. Like that was the
you walk in, the chair's just rocking.
I wish it was rocking, dude, because then it would actually kind of seem like I had something there, but it might have just been a trick of the light.
Of course.
But that's about. I mean, that's all I got.
They attribute a lot of that to like we're really good at picking out faces, right? Like we're actually too good at it. So if you look at like a forest, you'll see faces even though there's no one there.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just the way we evolved because we deal with so many faces. Like I think one of the best things we can remember are faces. So you can remember a face. Not like you can't bring it to memory, but if you see someone, you can recognize them from years and years ago.
Yeah. That happened to me the other day. Actually, I was walking on campus and I saw a guy from our cross country team, and I didn't say anything to him, but we were like literally like, because we were both on the same like sidewalk, and I like we both locked eyes and just stared at each other, and we were like, I fucking know who you are.
I know that dude.
And then like we both like looked away, and we're just like, I was just like, I'm not gonna talk. Like I don't care about talking about to this guy.
But you each had that moment of knowing.
Yeah, I was just like, holy fucking shit, I forgot about that guy. Like I immediately remembered who he was, everything about him from cross country. Like it was so weird.
Yep, it's bizarre.
Crazy.
You should have just high-fived him and walked on.
Yeah, but if we're going into this sucks because we only have a minute and 30 seconds left. But I'll go into this a little bit.
We can bleed into the next.
Yeah, we can take a little break. But if we're going into spooky stuff, I mean, we remember the Halloween episode where I talked about spooky stuff that happened to me.
At the office, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah,
that was a
spooky
very
office
good
stuff,
episode.
and then like the cat when I was young, like the dead cat.
Oh yeah.
And then like
that was also creepy, dude.
My sleep paralysis thing. Where I thought I was like
that
being
was
abducted
also
by aliens.
You've had way more. I don't have anything to fucking talk about scary. Nothing's happened to me, dude.
So one that I was thinking about that
bringing it on
really drives me insane because I never really saw what I was hearing was when I was let's pause real quick.
Oh, dude, what a cliffhanger.
We got 2 minutes on
let's
the
do it.
vid.
No, let's just wrap it up and restart.
Yeah, we'll restart it. Okay, all right, part 3.
Right back into it.
So spooky stories. So you guys remember all my Halloween special stories? If not, look it up. Lame Dude's Halloween special.
Halloween special. We're about to come up on our second Halloween special. That's gonna be
really excited.
Those are all true stories. I stand by them. They're the truth.
Yep.
The and I'm completely ambiguous on whether or not they're real or not. So you got to give me credit for that. But yeah, so I was thinking about this the other day. So I finished my freshman year of college, and I was living at my mom's place when she lived in like the woods. Remember that? We had to drive like 45 minutes to get to my mom's house.
Oh, the old school mom's house, of course.
Yeah, we'd like smoke weed in the basement all the time.
Have I been to this
But it
house?
was back when like weed still wasn't like cool.
Yeah,
But
no,
now everybody's parents like weed, so that's fine.
yeah, that place
Do I
was
know this
legendary.
house, Zach?
Yeah, you went there.
Okay.
You went there.
I think I know the one you're talking about, but
I lived in the basement.
In the basement with your brother.
Mm-hmm. And there was like a big like shitty sectional couch and like a TV and like part of a kitchen down there and shit.
gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
when I lived there over the summer, I would have to wake up early for certain days during my internship because we'd have to be at like a customer site at like, so we'd have to be in like Skowhegan at 7:30 a.m.
Fucking A.
So you'd be up at like 4.
Oh my
You'd be making
God.
coffee and breakfast at 4, like in the shower at 5, like,
Yeah.
and then like on the road straight to Skowhegan directly at 7:30 a.m.
Unbelievable.
Shit like that. And just like random like schools that were in like backwoods Maine that I had to do like network stuff for.
Yeah.
And yeah, every morning that I was up at like 4, it was dark enough where the sun wasn't up yet, because usually the sun in the summer, the sun starts to come up at like 5:30. That's when it starts to get slightly lighter. But even when it was like that late and it was still kind of dark out because the sun wasn't fully up, I would hear on the glass door leading to the backyard, I would just hear, and I swear it was just like, it must have just been a raccoon or something.
Yeah.
That was just constantly just
The neighborhood cat.
but it sounded like something was like trying to get in, and it like freaked me out. And I was always like, I know it's that door. All I have to do is turn on the porch light and see what it is.
Yeah.
And I was never.
You
I
never
You mean
did
to
it?
tell me you never saw?
I never did it.
I would've looked
always
instantly.
I was always like, no. I mean, I'm gonna be late for work anyways. Like, I'm not gonna like get fucking haunted or attack. I'm not gonna attack. I'm not gonna get
I'm gonna
murdered.
be late.
I'm not gonna get murdered by the Wendigo today. Like, I want to just fucking go to work. All right.
No, that's a
Holy
great
shit.
excuse to call out of work. I got fucking attacked by
I got
a ghost.
attacked by the fucking skinwalker of Gorham.
I have
backwoods Gorham.
rabies from a raccoon now.
Jeez.
It's like a fat white guy who's like part fat white guy and part raccoon. Maine skinwalker.
Has
Spooky.
like a raccoon butt plug in his ass running
Yeah,
around.
he's like 1/16 Native American.
No, it's just, it's that
He's not even a real skinwalker.
It's not even real.
it's that guy who actually lived in the woods of Maine for like 20 years. You remember that story?
No.
Yeah, the
crazed
something
hermit. Yeah, whatever. He just
Wow.
he just lived in the woods for 20 years and stole food from people, and like never saw a soul.
He lived they found his encampment near a summer camp.
Yeah,
Like 1 or 2 summer camps that would always report stuff being missing.
What was his setup? Like, did he have did he build a home, or was he like
a
sleep
sheet
bagging
metal,
it?
he would move
shitty
around.
shack.
And the crazy thing is, he wouldn't light fires because he was scared people would see it and he'd get caught. So he
He
literally
would
would
just steal non-perishable food that he didn't have to cook.
But he lived through the Maine winters outside without lighting a fire.
I respect him.
Holy
He
shit!
said he'd have to like get up in the middle of the night and walk around because otherwise he'd like freeze to death.
That's crazy.
Fucking insane.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Why? Is there a reason? Like, why?
I can't remember why he first went on the run. But
he's on the
I think
run.
eventually they set a trap for him, like with food that they knew he went to.
set a trap.
They knew
for
they
him,
knew
dude.
he went to this place to steal food, and so they like left a lot of
There's
juicy
like a big
food
box
out.
over it.
Yeah,
like-
exactly. It's like the classic
Yeah, they
bear
baited
trap.
him to the summer camp.
Yeah,
That he
And
lived
they
baited,
go.
bro. Holy shit!
Crazy story. There's a book about it.
They got a plate of
It's
cookies
insane.
out.
Can you imagine?
Is
just
there a
see-
book about that?
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick. I gotta read that.
You come
Yeah.
downstairs and there's a fucking hermit who hasn't been in society for 20 years just going through your kitchen. Like, that is so
Would he
scary.
get into homes as well, or like would he kind of
I
stick to
think, yeah, I think
campgrounds?
he would raid homes if I'm not sure.
Jesus fuck!
Unbelievable.
That's
I
metal,
don't think
dude.
he's the only guy to do that either.
I'm
Hell
about to
no.
do that, dude. Like, that's
lame
my,
dudes
that's my
go-
long-term plan.
That would be hard.
Lame
Hermit-
dudes
hermit
versus
life.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's that. There's a
That's
lot
sick.
of we don't have much time left, and there's still a lot to cover. So I'm gonna let you pick the next topic.
Oh, I have another spooky thing.
Oh,
Please.
well, let's go with that then. Go ahead, if you want to tell it.
I can't remember now.
Okay, great. Thanks for bringing it up. So here,
Fuck! It was so good.
Damn it, dude.
God, huge dumbass.
Oh, I had a dream. I had a fucking nightmare.
Okay,
the
okay,
other
tell us,
day,
tell
and
us,
it was
tell us.
so scary.
Tell us. I want to hear it.
Okay. I haven't told anybody about this yet because I was like, I gotta save this.
This is
for
a
the
fresh.
Oh, okay.
This is an exclusive.
This is a fresh mare,
okay?
boys.
So, I had a dream where I like woke up.
I have a
in my
dream.
bed, in my bed upstairs, right?
Yeah, you
And,
woke up in the
uh,
dream. That's what.
For some reason, I was like, man, I have to go pee. So I wake up, I go pee, and I feel really weird. And I'm like,
Dude,
what
this
the
is
fuck?
this is just your normal day. This happens
I
every day.
feel, no. So it's like, it's
Wait,
at-
is this a dream?
when I wake up, it's like
Is this
3
part of it?
a.m. in the dream.
Okay.
So I wake
That's
up
fucked.
in the dream. I'm like awake and I'm like going pee in my bathroom, and then I'm like, man, I feel really weird. And then I notice like the lighting outside of the bathroom is like weird,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I don't have the lights on in my room. Like, why is there like a red light in my room? So then I like walk out, and for some reason I feel the need to walk towards the spiral staircase.
No, they're
And
calling
I
me.
just like look up the spiral staircase, and there's like a lady in like a white like robe that's all like fucking like. It was like the scene in the scene in PT.
Dude.
I think because I was watching a
Where
YouTube.
she's leaning down and just looking?
Yeah. So I was watching a video about that game PT before I went to bed. So I think I was just thinking about the game PT
Bro.
and had like a nightmare where PT was in my room.
Dude, but what
I
about
was like,
this?
oh my god, this is
I mean,
terrifying.
that's
Right.
weird for a dream that you were in the exact position you actually were.
That is really strange.
So what about this?
actually.
It wasn't a dream, and it was the aliens testing on you, and that's your memory of it.
Yo.
That'd be cool.
You got tested, bro. So
That'd be
wait,
chill.
I just want to dig into this a little bit.
You got probed at all?
So you go into the bathroom, you take a piss. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
And it's great.
Generally, when that happens in a dream, you piss your pants. So that's pretty good you didn't.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't do that.
And then you go, your room, your bedroom lighting is all red.
Yeah, so I'm washing my hands, and then I look out and I notice that the lighting is like a very dim and not like from above, like where my lights would be.
Where
on the
was
ceiling.
it?
It was
coming
just
from?
like from a dark corner, like a deep corner in the room. Like
Wow.
I don't ever see the lighting source directly.
And didn't you
in the
tell us
dream.
at one during your office thing that all the lighting was red as well in the office? I remember you telling the office coloring was different in your dream with that girl or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't it red?
Well, yeah. One time I like fell asleep and I had like a dream where I woke up and like the office lights were all red.
Oh my!
You have
Dude,
this
what the
thing with
fuck?
you have
Dude,
this
this is
thing with
a-
red
it's like-
lighting.
a repeated
apparently it's
encounter.
a thing with red lighting. I gotta get that Philips Hue strip set up in my room so I can get some red lights.
I need some Philips Hue.
That'd be sick.
I was trying to price out 4 Philips Hue light bulbs. Not cheap.
No
they're
shit.
They're
No
45
way.
each, right?
Yeah. So you can get like 2 for 100, I think. Or if you buy a starter kit, it's the hub plus 3 lights for 100.
That's what we got.
So
yeah.
I'm like, maybe I'll just buy a second starter kit.
Then we would both have ours.
And then just buy like a $50 single light and just be like, all right, whatever. Like I got scammed because I want full Philips Hue in my room.
But have you checked if
I
those
got
are Philip? I know, dude, that would be unreal in your room because you have those overhead lights. But you got to check that
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
normal light bulbs before you buy that.
Yeah. I looked through the like glass casing and it looks just like those spiral.
Oh, those
light
are fine
bulbs.
then.
Yeah, it's the standard socket.
'Cause-
I think we just have to worry about it whether or not it fits in that casing.
Yeah, well, in the blue
It would
room,
suck
they're
if it
literally
didn't.
a different kind of light bulb, so it's like super.
I
efficient.
could buy like an auxiliary lamp, like what we already have up there in the blue room.
Yeah.
Oh, I should just move that.
Yo, fuck! I was gonna move that to my room. I was like, yo, we don't use it in the blue
I'm gonna
room.
use that to get pussy.
So, anyways,
Yeah, check out the lighting in this
Shout out to
room.
our one listener, Zach's girlfriend.
shout out. So we can wrap up this spooky talk, but I just want to get to the end of this dream real quick. So, you feel the need.
That's the scariest part.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
yeah,
the
yeah.
need
Like-
to climb.
Like at that point, I'm not saying this is a lucid dream
Right. No,
at
no,
all.
yeah. I'm just trying to, like,
But yeah,
first of all, I
like,
think
in
it's
the
an interesting dream.
In the dream, for some reason, I just like with no problem at all. I'm
You
just
knew
like,
you
yeah,
had
I
to.
gotta walk to the staircase and see what's going on right now. Like,
And
I gotta figure out why the light's red.
you get to the you don't walk up them, you just get to the staircase
I'm
to
just
look
at
up.
the bottom of the staircase and I just look up and then like I woke up and I was
Dude,
like, damn,
you got
that
abducted.
was fucking terrifying.
You got a
And-
probe in your butt.
And she's like, is she like looking at you through the stairs?
Now
almost?
we're talking about it and I'm getting a ton of static in my headphones. I'm not kidding. Dude, haunted confirmed.
Dude.
Yo, can we like Adobe Premiere edit like a orb?
Yeah. No, we'll just
Like a
turn
little
the
wisp.
lights red in
We've
the
been
background.
orbed, dude.
Put
Yeah,
a red
yeah.
Filter on it.
Or in the mirror in the things, we just do that
Dude.
like Insidious thing.
Yeah.
Remember from
shit.
Insidious 1?
Yeah, you.
He's like, yeah.
Dude, mirrors are one of the scariest things to me.
Yeah, mirrors are
Because
terrifying.
you can easily get spooked in a mirror.
That was
Easily.
always one of the things that always scared me the most was like when you would like open the medicine
You shut
cabinet
it?
in a
Yeah.
movie and then you shut the medicine cabinet and there's
Oh,
something
God.
behind you or something.
I mean, it's
shit
now it's
kills me.
stupid, but in real life, I would not want that shit happening.
I'm always like, oh look, a mirror. I know it's coming, and then I'm still like, ah! Like, I have to like jump and like freak out. I'm like, no.
Oh,
All right,
classic.
boys.
So you just saw her and woke up? That was the end?
Yeah, I just woke up and I was like, God.
Was she smiling at
fucking-
you or anything? Was it scary?
No, you couldn't
Were
see her
afraid?
face. It was like the PT.
Oh, okay.
Remember in PT you can't see the woman's face? I don't think.
I think I've
only
seen
time you see her-
pictures with it lit
The only
up.
time
I
you
think.
see her face is when you walk up to the bathroom door that when it's cracked open.
Dude, that fucks me
Remember
up.
that part? And then you look in the crack of the door, and then her face pops up, and she slams the door.
You could see her a bunch. I mean, if she
That's a
attacks you, you
classic
see
game.
her. It's really good.
Guys, listen, you can't download the game anymore. It's literally removed from the internet. But well, there are illegal PC remake versions, but look up PT playthrough. That shit is insane. This is a scary game.
That's a scary dream, dude. I wonder if it means anything.
Luke has it on his PS4. We should play it. I mean, it's almost Halloween.
Dude,
should
can we
play
do that
PT.
as a Halloween video or
That
something?
would be sick as fuck.
Dude, a Halloween PT playthrough would be sick.
We could record it because I have my Elgato.
Goddamn.
I'm so down, dude.
That'd be fun, right?
I'm so down to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, scary dream, dude. That's
Dude's
fucking.
PT playthrough.
That's really spooky. to
That
be
was
honest.
heavy and spooky.
I wouldn't be able to go to sleep because the stairs are right there, dude. I'd be like, "Is that bitch up there?" Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to go back to bed.
Well, I don't know. It's just because I'm like super high when I go to bed and I watch like a video about like why PT is the greatest horror game of all time or something. And you see all the scenes
You're like,
and you
"Okay, I know."
remember how the whole game goes and you're like, "Oh, that's scary." And you think about that while you're going to sleep and then you're like paranoid and like you think about like I was
Think
thinking
it
about like
influences you.
I was thinking about like, damn, why does it always sound like there's footsteps above me even though they're definitely just like it's just Jackson going to the bathroom. It always sounds like he's above me. I'm like, why is it like that? And then like you get like paranoid about that and you're like,
Yeah,
and you just
yeah.
like have weird dreams and shit, you know? Like, damn. Maybe this place is haunted. Who cares? That'd be sick.
Okay.
Well, now what I'm imagining is that I'm going to wake up one day and go upstairs and the porch door will just be open and I go out there and Zach has jumped off the porch and fucking died down the side. Can you promise you never do that? So if you do, I'll
Well, if
know,
he's possessed, he
I'll
can't.
know,
I'm hanging
can't do
myself
that.
off the turret, bro.
I'll know you're a poltergeist.
Yeah, you've been possessed, bro.
Yeah.
They done threw you off.
Dude, all right, enough of this scary talk, man. I'm getting spooked, okay? It's not even Halloween
Yo,
yet.
can I talk about my new toy?
Getting spooked.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. The
Please.
official review. What do you got?
Listen, boys, there comes a time in your life where you have stuff that you get on your own, like you have your own things. One of those things for me is my phone.
Yeah.
And so,
Do you want to mention your old WoW username just so people have an idea?
yeah,
of-
so I am the original on World of Warcraft. I am iPhone 10 owner or iPhone X owner.
iPhone X. Yeah, that was
man,
it.
man bought an iPhone X
Because
and
I was the first
immediately-
person to have an iPhone X.
Yeah.
Swag.
and we all clapped.
Suck my dick. So, you know, like by the time I was eligible for an upgrade this time around, eligible for an upgrade this time around, the 10S was already out for a few months and I was like, like
That didn't even
I'm
change anything.
yeah, and I was like, it's just a slightly better chip. I'm already due for there's going to be a new iPhone in 6 months. I'm just going to wait for the 11.
Smart.
So that's what I did. I was like, I know it's going to come out in September. It always comes out in September.
Patience.
So I waited till September, and sure enough, got announced. 2 days later, you're able to pre-order it. I was like awake because I was working when the pre-order went live. I just pre-ordered it.
Yep.
Like, I got the iPhone 11 Pro.
Bust it out. Okay, flex it.
Space gray, 256 gigs.
Ooh.
So give us the
Just
official review,
destroyed
dude.
the mic. So sorry, guys.
Do you love it or what?
Yeah, so listen, I'm not a big camera person, and we'll go into the cameras in a sec, but we're going to go over, by the way.
That's fine.
But it's about to get MKBHD in here.
Yes.
All right, so like,
Our hero.
listen, the thing that got me was larger battery, custom display.
What does that mean when custom display?
Dude, so the display has insane color contrast. Like, it's
Yeah.
like the deepest blacks. Like, and the iPhone X already had an insanely good display where I was like, I can't give this up. But now this thing is like just, it's so fucking nice. It's fluid. Like,
Yeah. But has Apple upped their refresh rate yet?
it feels like this one has a slightly higher refresh rate, but I don't think
It's
they
probably
did.
just smoother because it's new.
Yeah, so right now, I think the only one that has the high refresh rate is the iPad Pro.
Yeah.
They have 120 hertz, I think,
Dude,
which is sick.
that'll be insane when that comes to iPhone.
I was playing with it at the store. But yeah, let me tell you about my buying experience with this fucking phone.
Yeah, it must have been a really easy just upgrade, right? You just swapped over.
Dude, so like I got it the day it came out, like September 20th. It comes out, right? And the last time I got my iPhone, I got the X, it took me 10 minutes to get it in and out, super fast.
Yeah.
How many people were there when you got the X?
So there was 2 different lines with ropes, and there were cops there. Yeah, I'm not even fucking kidding. At the mall,
They were at the
cops
front of the
mall.
line getting their
So
new
like
iPhones.
the
They just got
cops
their
were,
gun out.
the cops were standing there, like they were like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I was like, "Is this the line for the phones?" And they were like, "Yep." And I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm stupid."
They're just
And
looking
they're like-
around. They're
They're
like,
like, "Have fun, get in line, buddy."
oh my
So
god.
this guy from Apple walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you have an appointment to pick up an iPhone?" And I'm like, yeah, it's under Zach Landry. It's for 2:30." And he's like, "Oh, okay. 2:30. Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay." And he's like getting me and like, he's like, "All right, get in this fucking line." So I'm in the front of this line. I'm like, "Ooh, this is like the special line because I'm in my window, right?"
Yeah.
Literally, they let 4 people in the other line go before me. I'm like, "Are you fucking?" I was so pissed, dude.
What kind of system is
Finally,
this?
someone walks up to me. They're like, "Yo, what's up? Like, let's fucking go. Let's go get your iPhone." And,
Wait, is this the X or the one? Is this one?
This is the 11
Okay,
Pro.
okay.
Yeah. So, dude, I go there. Immediately, it's like, if your bill is due within a week, it'll say that you have to pay your bill before you can upgrade. Sure enough,
Yeah.
my dad's traveling, so I'm on my dad's plan. I pay for my phone, but he has like the line and shit.
Right.
So
That
he technically pays for all of it, but yeah. So he's traveling. I know he just got a new job, so I know he's like training right now. And I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry to do this, but like, can you like log into like the Verizon app and pay the bill early because they won't let me buy the phone until this month's bill is paid." And he's like, and he got back to me in like 2 minutes, which is like crazy because usually it takes my
Yeah.
dad a few hours.
Oh, wow.
And
Can
he
you
was
imagine,
like,
dude?
he was like, "Stand by." That's what he said. I was like, "Oh, this is real, dude."
Clutch,
Well, I mean,
And he's like,
why would they have that requirement? What are they like?
Oh, is that your food?
Oh, it might
Oh,
You
huge
fucking-
be. I
dumbass.
wonder. Hold
This
on.
kid makes fun of us weekly for buying weed
Buying
for the
Yeah,
weed.
this is it. All right,
All
let's
right,
pause real
BRB.
quick.
I
All
love-
right,
Make
click
a
the bonus
clap.
part.
I love my favorite. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite because Mitch Hedberg has so many funny bits. But one of my favorites of his is like, I don't know who invented refried beans, but they're a genius. It's like, who took beans and said, fry them again?
Let's do this shit
That's pretty
again.
Dude,
And then mash
R.I.P.
it.
Mitch, dude. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think they're like fried in like pork fat or something.
That would explain why they're so good.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it is. It's like
that-
some kind of like stock or fat or something.
Yeah.
Sort of animal.
Yeah.
Involved.
So
We had to take a quick break because Zach picked up tacos.
Yeah.
I was like, "Who's ringing the damn doorbell?"
Anybody remember what we were talking about before?
he
The
was
iPhone 11
getting
Pro,
in his
dude.
iPhone experience.
All right, so yeah, so I finally get to the point where like I finally have the iPhone 11 Pro in front of me. They're like 256
Dad pays the
gigabyte
bill.
space gray. Is that the one you wanted? And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yep." And they're like, "Okay." bring it out.
That's
I
not the
open it.
smallest option, right?
First of all, you never see this. This is very rare. The black iPhone box.
Oh,
okay, you're
so
already
rare.
like, all right, this is a special experience. We have a black boxed iPhone right
Yes.
now. That's like the hype models. You know what I mean?
Is that when you started crying like the Star Wars nerd?
Yeah. I was sobbing.
Pure,
like, with
just
pure joy.
weeping
I was
with
like,
joy.
Oh, it's beautiful. The A13 Bionic chip is going to be the fastest on the market. And the custom OLED display.
The matte black.
God. I'm crying.
The man's pants are wet.
The
Yeah.
Apple Store guy is really uncomfortable.
Okay.
At this point, yes,
he
very.
hates this. He's like, I've been having this all day.
Yeah, so
Every
you're openly
customer.
Fucking kill
weeping.
me.
Everyone keeps crying.
Did he slide it open for you and like you see the phone?
No, I opened it all myself.
Oh yeah.
Chad.
Yeah.
Did you drop it
'cause was
instantly?
the whole plastic opening part was very special, and then like releasing the cover. You know, when you pull the cover off,
get
and it
that
has
feel.
that like final like puff of like air where it's like, pow, and then it comes off, and you're like.
And then releasing your load after felt even better.
This time around, iPhone is face.
Down
Yeah, it's face down. The camera is
Weird.
pointing up.
in the dirt.
So
dude?
you see the triple cameras right on open, right?
You're like,
That's what they want. Yeah.
Swag, all right? Triple cams, all right? 3 cams.
does not
okay?
look good.
Looks weird.
You won't convince me.
Huge
I
flex.
kind of fuck with it,
It's
to be
really
honest. It's
grown on
cool.
me just because it's so sick.
Yeah,
Um,
stands out.
but God, I sound like such a fucking prick. But
You must have taken so many
that's kind of
pictures,
the,
dude.
That's kind of the bit, is just being a prick about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But then what happened, man?
yeah, so I try to restore from my iPhone X iCloud backup, and it just freezes. And like 30 minutes into the restore being frozen, I'm like, I talk, because they're like, yeah, anybody in blue at this table can help you with this. And I'm like, okay. So I like nudge like this one guy. I'm like, hey man, like this has just been at this thing on the loading bar for like 30 minutes. Like, should I try and restart the phone? And he's like, dude, like, are you restoring from iCloud? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I mean, look at everyone else out there trying to do it. Like, it's just slow. And I'm like, oh, all right. He was kind of being a dick about it. I was just like, all right, whatever, dude. Like,
Wow, dude.
Dude, it's his hardest day of work.
yeah,
Cut him some
I'm just
slack.
like, whatever.
This
Like,
is literally
who
the worst
fucking
day of this
cares?
dude's life.
Dude, that Apple store sucks. Everyone there is a fucking dickhead. But
Oh.
I've had tons of really
Shout
bad
out.
customer
Throwing
service
heat.
experiences
At the
there.
main mall?
Yeah, it's fucking trash.
There you
Wow.
go, boys.
Except for
Hot take.
Lucas Adair. Shout out him. He works there. He's chill. He was talking to me a couple times while I was there.
That's cool.
So it freezes, and another guy who's not even at like on like iPhone transfer duty or whatever is just like, he just recognized me from earlier, and he's like, "Oh, you've been here for a while." And I was like, "Yeah, I think my phone's frozen, and this guy won't help me." And he's like, "Yeah, let's just restart your phone." So he just does the hard reset.
It's so salty.
And I was so fucking pissed because I was supposed to be in and out of there in like 30 minutes, and like
Right.
I was there for 2 hours.
Oh.
2 fucking hours.
This motherfucker over
this
here
shit kills
will not help me.
So this shit gets stuck in a boot loop after we restart it. So then they're like, okay, and like they try to like restore it. They put it in like recovery mode and plug it into iTunes, and they're trying to like rewrite the firmware and like completely reset the
Christ.
iPhone and shit. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, this sucks.
This
And,
thing's
like,
brand new, but
they're like, yeah, we need to run an update on the laptop in order to give you this software update, but we can't do it without updating all the computers, which means nobody else can use any computer in this store. And I was like, what? So I'm like,
how do
all
they
right,
not have the
this
latest
seems-
update?
Get me a new iPhone,
I was like,
bro.
this seems horribly unplanned. Like, so they're like, all right, we're just gonna get you a new iPhone, okay? And I'm like, all right, great. And then they start setting up the new iPhone, and it's having its own problems with like transferring my phone number onto it and shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And yeah, by the time it was done, so I got there at 2:45. By the time I was out of there, it was 4:45.
That is unreal,
And
dude.
yeah, so then here's the doozy. So they're like, listen, let's just set it up as a new iPhone so you can go home. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I agree. And they're like, when you get home, just restore from iCloud backup from there. It'll work. Like it can't break on 2 iPhones, right? Get this shit. It broke on 2 iPhones. So I had the
Unreal.
same problem. So the whole night, I was working that night too, and I'm supposed to have a phone so I can make calls.
They don't give you a work phone?
No. Well, I have like
No.
we have like Skype for Business, and we also have desk phones. But I was working from home that night, so I was like, I need my cell phone. But it was stuck in the same boot loop as before, So when I woke up, I had to like make an appointment with the Genius Bar. Like I had to call them, and then so I called the store, and then the store, if you need to make a Genius Bar appointment, makes you call support, like Apple corporate support, and then they plan the thing at your store for you.
Yeah.
This is
So it's
asinine.
like, why can't I just talk to a person at the store for 5 minutes and they just go, "Yep, we have this time slot," and you're like, "Perfect, thanks."
Dude, you should run Apple. You would do it way better.
I got super lucky. They had tons of time slots. They're like, "Yeah, it starts at 4 and goes for 15-minute intervals after that until 6:30." And I was like, "All right, thank God." So I just did the earliest time and like booked it over there. And yeah, they finally got it all restored, and it like.
Right. But you didn't
It's
get
working finally.
it's
awesome.
working, but you didn't get to train. You had to set it up from scratch.
That's like 2
Yeah.
days of your life you spent.
My backup is corrupt or something, because why would I break 2 iPhones
Right.
doing this
Unreal, dude.
thing that should work for everyone? I've done it before.
The last funny
That's
part about
horseshit.
that was I think when you call Apple like from an iPhone, they detect like what you're calling from. But
Yeah.
Zach was calling from our roommate's iPhone. He was like, "No, I'm not
Yeah.
this guy. I'm
So
somebody
my
else."
Genius Bar appointment, there's a guy walking around going, "Luke," because I called from Luke's phone. He's like, "Luke," and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I'm not actually Luke, but like I set the appointment from my buddy Luke's phone," and he's like, "Oh yeah, the note says here Zach." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool."
Should have
So
fucking
the
read the
appointment
notes,
was
dumbass.
the appointment
Didn't read
was
that
under
note.
Luke's full name and phone number and shit.
Holy
But
shit.
then in the notes, it was just like, "Zach will be there."
Oh my fucking
He's like,
god.
"Oh, okay, so you're Zach." All right,
In the
cool.
notes, it's like, "Look out for your boy Zach."
Watch out. He's
Big sea lanch.
he's dangerous.
All right,
He's
well,
armed.
I'm happy it's working for you now. And now that you actually have it, was it worth all the hassle?
Dude, it's so fucking fast.
Such
The
a
battery
flex.
is insanely long lasting.
Mm-hmm. So I
I
have
never charge.
You-
I forgot to charge the other night. I still had 50% battery when I woke up.
Good deal, dude.
You didn't have a Pro or a Max before, so that's a big upgrade. Like I have the Max right now, and I already feel like my battery is insane. So I wonder if I'd notice a big of a difference.
Well, the battery on the max version of this is even like, I think it has an extra 2 hours over this one.
Wow.
But
Damn.
this one has a crazy battery. The Face ID is super fast. The screen is like, it just looks so good. The screen is so fucking sick.
Dude, I'm
Sleek.
happy they got rid of not the haptic feedback, but they got rid of Touch ID. That shit was useless. Never use Touch ID.
I use Touch ID.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it wasn't reliable enough because it would get like grimy after like a week of just finger.
If you have anything on your thumb, it's not gonna work.
yeah,
That is true, but actually I realized what I was talking about was the 3D Touch. Did you guys ever use that 3D Touch that they
I
got
don't
rid
know
of?
if that is. No.
I didn't use it that much except for on like my, on your home screen you can hold down the flashlight button.
Oh, that's sick.
So
Right.
now it's just a long press instead, but it doesn't feel as natural as 3D Touch used to.
I don't know. 3D Touch feels so weird
But
to me. But
I don't know. It wasn't that important to me. But
Yeah.
it does feel slightly unnatural now with just the long press.
all right.
Um,
Overall review of the iPhone.
It's sick. I
10
mean,
out of 10.
if you need a new iPhone, get the 11 Pro. The rumors are already spreading about the next year iPhones, the next year's iPhones.
Next.
And apparently they're gonna have a similar frame design as the iPhone 4 and 4S did. So like
Interesting.
squared
Boxy.
edges instead of rounded edges.
Mhm.
Which honestly, I prefer the rounded edges.
Might
Don't
be
give a
grippier
fuck.
though. Some hard edges to hold on to.
Yeah,
Big hard edges.
big hard edges. I don't know, dude. I'm worried about slicing my hand open.
God,
It's like,
it's so sharp.
this iPhone's
Sharp.
so edgy. Gotta file this shit down.
Or you always slap a round case on it, so you'll be good.
yeah, exactly. Oh, but dude, you guys watch Jerry Rig Everything, right?
Of course.
No.
My favorite
Did you
YouTube.
see the
my
iPhone
favorite
11?
YouTube serial killer.
You saw the iPhone 11 Pro durability tests on it, right?
Yeah, I watched both his videos.
Dude, it's so durable.
The back.
The back is so durable.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the case for free because I waited for 2 hours. So they're like, "Do you just want a case for your inconvenience?" They just gave me this case. I'm
That's
like,
what's up.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah.
So I got the case for
Those
free.
are the same employees Zach earlier was like huge fucking assholes.
Dickheads.
The people
Fuck 'em.
who ultimately got me home were both very nice people, and they came in the last 30 minutes of the interaction.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So the pricks, except for like the old guy who actually got like helping me into motion, the guy with the beard was a dickhead. That's
All right, enough defaming
But-
the Apple
okay,
Store.
okay,
Jesus
anyway.
Christ, these poor working class people.
the beard guy was a dick. Fuck you, John.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I'm like, well, it's no loss if I don't use my case because I didn't pay for it. So it's like, why not just walk around no case? So like,
That's honestly the hardest flex you can possibly do.
Fuck it, dude.
I'm just going for it.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
I'm just gonna do it.
You don't need it.
I hope he
Pussy
drops
shit.
it on pod.
Yeah, break it.
Show it to the
Dude,
cam.
I don't have a screen protector on it right now, and I dropped it in the shower on like the stone floor
Huge
like
dumbass.
2 days ago. No scratches.
Can't,
Good shit,
face
durable.
down.
You really can't scratch this screen unless you walk around with sapphires and diamonds in your pocket.
I don't know. I think
All right,
keys will do it.
caseless, matte background.
There you go, boys.
Space
iPhone
gray.
11.
I'm proud to have it. You know,
proud.
gotta have it.
All right, man. I hope that sets off a lot of happy chemicals in your brain.
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
Hope you feel fulfilled from that object.
Yeah. Materialistic man
Yep.
gets thing.
That'd be a
Man
great
who
title.
Feels good.
Man who claims to be a democratic socialist loves iPhones, buys one the day it comes out.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Socialism is pretty interesting. Buys iPhone the day it comes out.
Dude, how can you be anti-capitalist if you have an iPhone? Checkmate.
Ooh.
GG.
I own myself. All right,
Cell
boys.
phone. All right, we're wrapping it up there.
Yeah.
Lame
Thank
dudes.
you for listening to the extended cast. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, thanks
with
for the
74.
iPhone review. Great stuff.
Cheers.
Has that been
Peace.
off for a while?
No.